Good morning, everyone. On today's show, we have more of a chill vibe because there's no major topics to really discuss. We've got the Game Awards that are taking place tonight that are definitely going to cause a lot of game news to be talked about tomorrow. We got a certain rotation of games that's been pretty interesting that I'll get everyone caught up on. Notably, the most annoying thing are the YouTube issues that I've been having all week, but it's not just me, it's actually everyone. So we're going to talk a little bit about that because today I might experiment a bit to see if we can get around said issues because they're so annoying. But for the most part, it's time for a nice laid back and chill episode of the Level 1 podcast.
Get ready for some meaningful content because the king is back, the king of the live stream, the king is back. Woo!
Alrighty, folks. Today is Thursday, the 12th of December, 2024. I'm DSP. Welcome to the show. If you're wondering why the light show behind me, well, today we're playing Stalker 2, and this is a background called like hydrogen, which makes it looks like it's kind of like a nuclear glowing effect. And I thought, we'll toss this on for the podcast today and see how it looks. Anyway, I hope that you're all doing well. Welcome to the podcast. And like I said, today we don't have anything too crazy to talk about. It's not like there's a giant hot topic going on or anything. In fact, notably, today would probably be more considered the calm before the storm, because tonight is the Game Awards. Now, people all week have been asking me, Phil, are you going to watch the Game Awards? Are you going to live broadcast the Game Awards? No. There's two major reasons why I'm not covering the Game Awards. Number one, it's way too long. It's like a 3+ hour broadcast, and they drag it out, and it has so many ads and crap in it, it wouldn't even be fun to do. That's number one. Number two, the Game Awards are literally meaningless. It doesn't matter what a bunch of journalists said are the best game of the year. What matters is what we think is the best game of the year, as real gamers, not a bunch of people who sit around pretending to be gamers for a living. Ugh. So, with that being said, will I cover the Game Awards? Well, I will cover the announcements of new games from the Game Awards tomorrow on this very podcast, okay? There's no reason to sit here and waste 4 hours of time just being bored, because I will. Like, I do Summer Game Fest sometimes, and I'm bored during that too. There's just no point in doing it live. But I definitely want to talk about any new game announcements or events that take place on tomorrow's show after they happen on the Game Awards, you see? So let's see what happens, and hopefully there are a bunch of new announcements. The rumor is that this year on the Game Awards, there's going to be a bunch of hot new games announced, but no one seems to know what it is. Some people think it's Half-Life 3. Some people think it's Bloodborne 2. Some people think that GTA 6 will have a giant expose, and still others are saying it's Elder Scrolls 6, or maybe a combination of all of those, or none, right? No one knows anything. Everyone's just making it up, making speculation videos and streams today. Well, I don't need to do that because I don't really care. Until we have concrete information, then we'll cover it. So tomorrow will be a much more interesting show as we actually cover whatever really was announced. And tomorrow, likely, on this podcast, I will live react to some of the trailers and things that released during the Game Awards, okay? Bottom line is, you don't ever have to turn on the Game Awards. As it's happening, all those trailers and things go live anyway on the internet. So all you got to do is just listen to the feed of what's going on and then go search for the trailer, and you can watch it without ever having to waste your time watching the full Game Awards, okay? So there you go. So what is going on? Well, first of all, Jasper Kitty is having a good time here today, obviously. I'm still using the 4K webcam today. I started using it yesterday, and I asked for feedback. People on the streams had this feedback. On YouTube side, people who were watching at 1440p said, yes, it actually does look crisper. It looks nicer, and especially this effect looked a lot better because it was really defining around my body, as opposed to before it was a little blurry and not catching the edges of the lines and stuff like that, okay? However, on the kick side of things, people seem to be of the impression it looked exactly the same. The only major difference is between this camera being 30 frames per second or 60 frames per second. In general, I didn't hear a single complaint about that at all. Like, no one seemed to care that it was 30 frames instead of 60. So I think what I'll do is for today, I'll leave it on the 30 frames again. And let's see how it goes. And go from there. So, you know, again, if there ends up being complaints or a reason for me to go back, I will. But for now, it doesn't seem like it. And, you know, the background, for example, looks a lot more defined. There's more detail in the frame animation. You can see the decorations better with the 4K camera. So for now, I think I'll leave it on. And by the way, it didn't seem to affect the videos in any negative way. It didn't seem to overload my GPU or anything like that. So I guess we'll let it roll for now. Okay? Now, what we should talk about, folks, is sadly this really annoying thing going on with YouTube this week that, by the way, just so everyone knows, it's not just me that's affecting this or that being affected by this. It's everyone on YouTube who uploads at a much higher quality, okay? So here is what's happening this week. You go to upload a video at, say, 1440p, okay, which is what I'm recording now. I have this higher quality video because I upgraded my setup. So you upgrade the video to YouTube. First of all, for some reason, YouTube's ingestion servers, meaning the servers that just take the videos in, are taking longer to even accept the video. Last week, when I first upgraded my setup, I would queue up all my videos, go on break for dinner. Within an hour, they'd all be live and fully processed and good. Now, I go to do it, and I go on break, and I come back, and they're still not even finished uploading yet by the time I come back for my second stream. What happened? My internet didn't suddenly drop in quality. It's YouTube. I think what's happened is YouTube has certain servers, okay? And these are what are called, I think it's called their ingestion servers. And if you happen to get a good one, if you're lucky, you get a good connection to a good server, okay? You basically get fast uploads and fast processing. Compare this to, say, when you're playing a game online and you connect to a server that's near you and you get 20 to 30, millisecond ping, versus if you connect to a server that's across the country and you get an 80 to 120 millisecond ping. You can see a dramatic difference in results, correct? So that's really what's happening. But even more annoying than that is the processing. So what does that mean? Well, when you upload a video to YouTube, okay, YouTube takes that raw file and runs it through a series of encoding, okay, encoders. What these encoders do is they allow that video to now be watched at various different qualities. For example, YouTube goes all the way down to I think it's like 240p or something like that. And for me, with these new video file quality, with the encoding and everything I'm doing, goes all the way up to 1440p, 60 frames per second, okay? So if you want to watch a video on YouTube, you have the most options of any website. Any other website you go to, they'll maybe give you 2-3 options. On YouTube, you'll get like 7, okay? That's really good. It's very good that you get those kind of, options when you upload to YouTube. But the problem now is this. You upload your file to YouTube, and it says, okay, starting processing. Now, normally, even with a giant video, the most it would take YouTube to process it is maybe 45 minutes. And you'd start getting all the different qualities. First, you'd get 360p, 480p, 720p, 1080p, 1440p, and they would all gradually roll out. A lot of the times, it's very, very fast, okay? Now what's happening is you upload your video, and it says, processing, 4-hour wait time. What? What? The video's an hour long. Why am I waiting 4 hours for my 1-hour video to process? Like, what are you talking about? It's incredibly confusing. And then it starts running, and sometimes it'll count down, and sometimes it'll change, all right? But then all of a sudden, it'll say, oh, processing is taking longer than expected. Sorry, video will go live whenever it feels like. What? So what happens is some videos will show up only at 360p and never go HD. Some videos will show up at 360p, then gradually higher, and then eventually hit HD. Some videos that I've uploaded never even show up at all. They just sit there saying processed and never shows up. Okay? So here's the problem with this. The way that YouTube functions is it'll publish a video once it finishes processing. So I might upload this podcast today, okay? And it starts processing, and if it gets stuck, no one will ever get the notification that the podcast went live. And if that happens, that means no one can see the podcast unless you manually come to my channel and select it. That sucks, because what I've noticed in the last 2 days is that my videos are incredibly sporadically processing and publishing, and I have had a massive dip in views on the on-demand videos because of it. It hasn't affected the streams at all. The streams still seem to go live, have no issues. It seems like it's just the on-demand videos having this big issue, okay? Now, the problem with that, of course, is I'm doing all new playthroughs, right? I got Indiana Jones, Marvel Rivals. These are new games that people wanted to see, and no one knows that the videos are going live, or even worse, they're going live so randomly at different times of the day that it's probably annoying people, and they might actually be unsubbing from the channel because of it. Like, imagine if you're subbed to DSPGaming and you get one video of Marvel Rivals and then nothing for 7 hours, and then you get another video of Marvel Rivals, but it's only at 360p. Then you get the daily wrap. Then you get the first Indiana Jones video. And then 5 hours later, Marvel Rivals, and then another Indiana Jones video, and then Marvel Rivals, and then the podcast 10 minutes before the next stream starts. Well, yeah, that would piss me off too. I wouldn't want my feed to look like that. That would look like shit. Okay? So I really don't know what's going on with YouTube right now. It seems to be a problem. Now, I have noticed a certain factor, okay? The shorter the video, the easier it is for it to process and publish. So, for example, the daily wrap, uploaded, processed, and published within half an hour. Last night, I did a special video where I explained how these new goals are working on our streams because I hadn't made a video for it yet. I'd only talked about it on live streams. So people wondering, what the changes were actually have to keep asking. So I said, I'm just going to make a separate video to explain it, and I'll make it a highlight. That video, which was only 10 minutes long, pretty much instantly published, no problem, everything's good. Of all the videos I made yesterday, one video actually processed and published right away. It was a 40-minute long Marvel Rivals video. Okay? 40 minutes. But all the other videos were between 50 to over an hour long. So 50 minutes, I think one was like 56 minutes, and then everything else was over an hour long. Every one of those videos got stuck. Okay? So what I'm going to try to do today is I'm going to try to mess with it a little bit. Now, the podcast, I can't shorten. What am I going to do? Make 4-part podcast? No, of course not. I'm going to leave this as one long video. This video likely will have the same issue. But I'm going to experiment with gameplay. Today, as we're playing Stalker 2, I'm going to try to break it up into 30-minute segments instead of an hour. Now, this definitely means there's going to be more videos uploaded and showing in the inboxes and being published. But if it means that the videos will actually process and go live normally as intended, okay? Then I'm okay with it. So let's see what happens, okay? This really annoys you and me. As a creator, I just want to have my content out there invisible. And why else am I making it? I'm not making it for myself. I want you to watch it and enjoy it. And I know people right now are annoyed. A lot of people were looking forward to the next batch of Marvel Rivals. They were asking for it all week. And I tried a bunch of new characters yesterday, including Wolverine, Black Panther, Luna Snow, and Jeff the Shark. I tried those 4, and it was good. I actually liked Luna Snow the most. I feel like Black Panther and Wolverine have potential, but need some improvements because they're melee characters that have a hard time like tracking who they're trying to attack. But anyway, I liked it. I had a good time with it. We had a good time on stream. I want people to watch the gameplay. Oops, won't publish. No one can watch it. Publishes randomly over the course of the day. Like, come on. And then last night, Indiana Jones, let me tell you guys, Indiana Jones got way better last night. We ended up focusing more on the story, so we got a camera. We were able to run around the city taking pictures of all kinds of stuff, including cats and murals and just scenes in the city. And you get bonus rewards for doing those, which is kind of neat. And we also unlocked more of the story. And now we're advancing to the point where we're going to actually move on. I think we might actually move to the next part of the game after these next 2 story missions that I'm going to do. And the stream had a really chill, interactive vibe. We talked quite a lot and had a lot of fun just hanging out while I was playing the game. It went really well. Like, I actually really enjoyed that Indiana Jones stream, and I'm looking forward to the next one now. Okay? So, yeah, I want that gameplay to be shared. And sadly, it's just, like, not happening. Like, right now, most people probably don't even know that the gameplay went live because it didn't publish properly, so no one saw it in their inboxes, So FYI, I just want to make you aware that this is going on. I'm hoping it fixes itself. I mean, at least we're not in the midst of, like, giant releases, and this is an issue where I'm losing a whole ton of views and revenue. It's not. Thankfully, it's not. If it was, that would be very concerning, that basically I'm not getting the normal kind of, stuff. So let's see what happens today. I need to experiment, like I said. I think today, like I said, I'll try to experiment with 30-minute videos. Let's see if those all go live and process. If they do, maybe we can up it. Maybe tomorrow I'll try 45-minute videos, right? But that's the thing. Like, I need to try to experiment and try to figure out what's going on to find that sweet spot so it fixes itself and it's not an ongoing issue. I would hope eventually YouTube will just fix it, because this happens all the time. There's been entire times when YouTube broke something, and then it takes them 4 weeks to fix it, and then it just magically fixes overnight. But the funny part about YouTube, and I've said this many times over the years, YouTube will literally never admit that something is wrong. Never. They'll never admit fault. They'll never say, oh, this is broken. They just ignore the problems, and they sometimes fix them behind the scenes, but they'll never publicly acknowledge that there's a problem. Because in their minds, if we do that, we look weak. We look stupid, And the sad fact is, pretty much every time they update the site, this happens. Like, this is not an exaggeration. Every single time that they update their site, they screw something up majorly. And then they have to rush to fix it after the fact. So who knows? This could be something that just fixes itself within a week. This could be something that doesn't fix itself for 7 months. That's why I want to be proactive and adjust to it, as opposed to, just hope that it fixes itself and now no one can watch my videos for 3 months because none of them publish properly. Okay? So, I apologize. I'm sorry. I wish that I had some kind of control over it. I don't know. And again, some people were like, maybe it's because you made your changes to your setup. Listen, that's the first thing I would have thought, except I uploaded these new videos with the new codec and everything last week for a week, and it was good. I was finishing my first stream, queuing up the entire day's footage to upload, come back, and within an hour, not only had they fully uploaded, they were encoded and live. And I was like, wow, this is amazing. What a huge improvement. Now I don't have to worry about videos not being ready for the second stream and everything. And then immediately, after a week of that happening, 2 days straight now, it's screwed up again. I'm like, what is going on with YouTube, man? This is stupid. So, it is what it is, okay? But anyway, I just wanted to make people aware that this is going on. And FYI, I'm doing my best to try to work around it. Hopefully this fixes itself over time. And my apologies, I know many of you like to watch the podcast on demand. Almost no one watched the podcast on demand yesterday because it published so late, and it sucks. I know there's a viewership for it, and now the viewership is like, where's the video? I'm sorry, YouTube is effed up. Okay, so, folks, we got really quick stuff to talk about. First thing, I want to say thank you for all of your ongoing support. Yesterday, we had a good Marvel Rival stream. We didn't hit the goal, but it was still pretty good. I want to say we raised like $80 or something on the Marvel Rival stream. And then last night on the Indiana Jones stream, we hit and exceeded the goal. So we actually added one to our goals hit milestones. And we need 4 more now to unlock the next episode of DSP Tries It. Okay? So what will DSP Tries It be? As of now, it's Popeyes. But I don't know if we want to do that or not. It's your call. I'm interested in Popeyes because I haven't had it in a long time. If you guys have a better idea of something for DSP Tries It that you think would be more interesting, I'm down for that, but I need your feedback. Does anyone know of any new food items or anything that could be out that you want to see me try on DSP Tries It? Because we're getting closer, Very well, we could be doing it on Sunday or Monday at this rate. So let me know what you think. I would like your feedback. You know, we could look today if you want. We can look and browse a few places and see if anyone has any new items that I could order to try out. It's up to you guys, okay? So let's figure it out together, all right? What about Mexican food like tacos al pastor, says Ayagago. There's a Mexican place right around the corner that does crazy good tacos and burritos. Like super duper good, huge. But their burritos are insanely huge, and I don't even think they're $10. And then their tacos, you know, they do really good tacos too. That's something we could do. That bastard says Arby's has mac and cheese bites. Do you really think that mac and cheese bites at Arby's would be any good? Just saying, like, do you really think? I don't know. There you go. What the? I think I need to restart my laptop. I haven't restarted it in a while. And actually, you know what? I think I'm going to actually update my laptop to Windows 11 if I can, because now I have Windows 11 on both of my desktops, and I kind of understand how to use it now. So I'm thinking maybe I should just upgrade my laptop to 11. Does anyone know when 10 will be outdated? Because I think at that point I will do it for sure, just to be sure that I'm up to speed. Yeah, Windows 11, I've now been using it for a little bit. You know, I have it on my gaming PC. I just started using it on my editing and streaming PC. It's not amazing, and it's really weird, the way that they've done it. Like, so, like, they don't have copy-paste anymore. Now it's a picture, like a sticker that you click. Why not just say copy-paste so everyone can read it and understand what it says? Why did you change it to, like, a visual sticker of scissors or something? It's pretty dumb, in my opinion. Yeah, that is true too. Windows 11 seems to always have an update. Like, almost every single day, it says, oh, update, Windows update. Like, Windows update? I just updated. Like, what could you possibly be updating every single day? It's kind of silly. But, you know, I have it set up to do it, so that way I don't get behind this stuff. Oh, okay, it's October 14th, 2025. Windows 10 will reach end of support. I just find it funny, you know, because I've barely used Windows 10. I've had it on this laptop ever since I got it, and this laptop I got in 2021. So I've used Windows 10 on this laptop for 3 years, but I never used it on anything else. So I feel like it's new, and now it's already at end of life, right? It's because the youngins use emojis, says Stuart. The youngins can't read. They need visual aid to understand anything. Oh, I see. All right. Well, anyway, so if you guys have any ideas of new food items and stuff for DSP Tries It, please share them. If you want, we could take some time on a podcast to look into it and you know, research it, because we're getting close now. See, that's the thing. Like, for example, if we hit the goals today and tomorrow, we're actually going to do DSP Tries It on Sunday. You know, now there's no guarantee that we're going to be hitting all of those goals today and tomorrow, right? So it's a possibility, but it's not a guarantee. But we obviously want to know what I'm going to be doing if we hit it, right? So I think that we should talk about that. Okay. Oh, okay. So, all right, I do have an announcement that I want to make, but I'm going to hold off on it. All right, I think I will make this announcement on Sunday's Level 1 podcast. That way, it's a big return show. We'll have more viewership for it. People will be more excited. Basically, I have an announcement that will apply to next week's streams. Okay, if you remember, next week, there is going to be gameplay, but also remember, I'm doing the very special React Day in the middle of the week to react to the June the King documentary about Mr. Medicare. So, all that's going on, and I will make an announcement on Sunday also about my stuff next week. So tune in on Sunday's podcast if you want to hear an important announcement. Okay, there we go. I figure I don't want to talk about it now. We're, you know, right now, you know, we're in the midst of technical issues. I don't even have a lot of viewers right now because I figure we're doing I almost said Slayer. We're doing Stalker today, and I know that Stalker isn't necessarily going to bring in a lot of attention or views or whatever. Okay. Hamicus, what a name. Hamicus Plazicus says, I hope you won't ditch Kick. While it isn't turning out the results you want at the moment, it costs you nothing to continue to use Kick and YouTube, and over time, I do think you'll build an audience. Please do not take this as an attack or a troll. No, oh, absolutely not. I would absolutely never take legitimate positive criticism or advice as a troll. Especially when you say it respectfully like that. Why would I? The thing is, sometimes you get people who come in and say it in such a like an offensive manner, right? Like they come in and, oh, Phil, you big dunce. You said you're gonna kick. Well, don't kick, you stupid moron, because it takes time to build an audience. See, people would say it like that, and then I'd be like, yeah, well, fuck you, and I'd kick them or ban them, and then people are like, you see, Phil just, you know, he hates his viewers. Like, but anyway, that was a nice one. Okay, so I guess let's give an update on this topic. By the way, I forgot, Dream Greens became a member this morning. Thank you, Dream Greens. That counts as a membership on the channel. That's our first contribution of the day. So thank you, Dream Greens. Let's count that towards our goal, okay? Okay, so here we go, guys. Here's the deal. In regards to Kick and Kick streaming, all right, now I've been streaming on Kick for, geez, 2 months? It's been over 2 months, right? Because I started in October, and I co-streamed there for about 2 months. We're just hitting the 2-month anniversary because I noticed today or yesterday a lot of subs are re-upping, and it's saying, oh, now they're a 3-month sub. So everyone, you know, their subs are redoing it and they're hitting 3, right? So here's the deal with me streaming on Kick, okay? Since I started using this plugin in OBS that allows me to dual stream for free, it pretty much is seamless and not a lot of hassle whatsoever. Most work I got to do, I got to remember to set it up to title the stream correctly and, you know, say what game I'm playing on there, or title it, like if I'm doing DS Politics, to say, oh, I'm doing a political stream, you know, stuff like that. There's no issue there. You know what I mean? Like, it seems fine. It's not a big deal at all. It's not extra work. Now, originally, when I started co-streaming on Kick, I was hoping that I was going to build a new audience. Like, Kick is a different group of viewers. Quite frankly, it doesn't seem like the people who are on Kick are the same viewing group as are on YouTube. And I can confirm that because, honestly, I've kind of retained almost the same viewership on my streams on YouTube. I've noticed a little bit of a drop-off. Like, for example, on average, I used to get between 300, 400 viewers on YouTube. Now I'll get like between 250 to maybe 300 viewers, dependent on the game. And then I noticed, oh, I'm getting 50 viewers on Kick. So did they just move over to Kick or whatever? You know. In general, do I have some new viewers on Kick? Yes. And I'm grateful for them. Thank you to anyone on Kick who watches and engages and has a good time. Seriously, I appreciate that very much. But is there a ginormous surge of interest or popularity because I'm co-streaming on Kick? No. At very first there was. Like, I noticed there was a group of people who were newcomers who were watching my stuff, and support was amazing. That first month that I streamed on Kick, October into November, oh my God, I got a ridiculous amount of subs. I mean, I'm not even kidding you. It was like thousands of dollars in support, okay? And it helped a ton. But quite frankly, that support has pretty much dried up. We have a few regulars who still, you know, gift subs, and I'm really appreciative of that. But at one point, I'm not kidding you, half of my income was coming from Kick. Okay, it was insane, the amount of gifted subs and stuff that I was getting. I was like, holy shit, that's amazing. Now it's just kind of dried up. Like, for example, last week I was streaming DS Politics on Kick, and there was no actual support on Kick. I got 2 tips. That was all the support I got on the show. And it's a show I stream exclusively on Kick. You know? Much like anything, you get initial hype, and then the initial hype kind of dies down and dries up, and then you get back to normalcy. Okay? I'll be honest, I have noticed the average viewership on Kick is increasing. So I started off with maybe 30, 40 viewers a stream on Kick. Now I'm getting maybe between 50, 60. So there is an increase, and it is slightly growing. And I feel like if I do consistently co-stream like I've been doing, I probably will see that increase even further. In fact, within maybe a month or two, I may actually be able to qualify for the verification status on Kick. That's my problem, is my stream viewership is like this on Kick. If I do a politics stream, I'll have hundreds of viewers. But all my gameplay streams only have like 50. So because of that, Kick is not going to approve me for the verified status. They want you to have consistent viewership over their threshold. And I don't have that. So because of that, I'm not going to get that consistency yet. But I am noticing the viewership is growing. So if I keep going, we may be good. However, there is a double-edged sword to everything, right? So, like I said, I have noticed distinctly that since I started streaming on Kick, the stream viewership on YouTube is down a bit. And what YouTube is now reporting is all my statistics are down. My views are down, the engagement is down, and it's true. If you haven't noticed, since I started co-streaming on Kick, did you notice that on YouTube, I never mention liking the streams anymore? Like right now, we have about 300 viewers on YouTube watching me, and we have 34 likes. If you like my content on YouTube, please click the like button because engagement helps this channel. It really does. Like, it helps the channel statistically and to find it in search results and all of that. But that's the thing. I haven't been saying that. So views are way down on YouTube. You know, views and likes and engagement, comments are way down on YouTube as well. Like, I ask, hey, can I have feedback? And I get like one comment on a video. And it's like, well, this is what happens. You know, now I'm splitting my attention between YouTube and Kick. And since I'm not focusing exclusively on YouTube and mentioning things like, hey, comment on the video, hey, like the video, it goes away. You know, when you're my level of popularity, you have to ask, okay? There's people who are so big that they don't have to ask for anything. They just receive because they're huge. So people automatically like the videos, automatically leave comments, automatically give them feedback, automatically contribute. That doesn't happen with me. I have to ask because I'm small time, you know? So understand, you know, if you see, gee, why is Phil talking about this stuff? While other streamers I watch don't bring it up because they're bigger than me. You know, they just get it by default. I don't. I have to remind the audience because I have a smaller audience, okay? So, yeah, please like the stream. Please leave comments on the video. Please engage with the content. That helps a lot, okay? Thank you to those who are actually contributing in those ways because that is contribution. Even though it's not financial, it's still a good contribution, okay? But that stuff's lacking and suffering because of the co-streaming. Like, my statistics are way down. You know, it's crazy because over the summer, my statistics skyrocketed. My statistics were, I have more views than ever before, actually got thousands of new subscribers, tons of engagement, and then it dried up. And I can't do anything about that, you know? I'm not going to change as a content creator and be drama, because that's what a lot of people were afraid was going to happen. They said, Phil, so now you're involved with drama, you know, with the guys from Kino Casino, with Keemstar and all of this. Are you going to become a drama guy? And, you know, and I tried it. I mixed in drama occasionally in my content. You know, every once in a while here on this podcast, I would bring up drama topics like Review Tech or COG or Ethan Ralph, shit like that. But in reality, that stuff every once in a while, you know, makes sense just to maybe stir things up a bit. But that's not who I am, and you guys know that. Like, I don't want to sit here talking about drama and lolcows and making fun of people all day. I'd rather play games and chill with you guys and have social interaction that's fun and meaningful, okay? So, it definitely sucks because, you know, I had a big increase, it went away, and now I'm co-streaming on Kick. All of a sudden, I got a big increase, and that went away. And it's like, well, it's just because who I am. You know what I mean? Like, I think some people thought that this year was going to be, Phil's going to completely change who he is. And by the end of the year, he's not even going to be really playing games anymore, right? Instead, he's going to be doing this lolcow drama content every day, and he's going to do this and that. But I told you guys over the summer, don't worry. That's not what's going to happen. You know, I'm not going to change who I am. I'm not going to go for the lowest common denominator. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not. I'm just not. I'd rather be me, okay? And that means there's going to be days when we're at the end of a stream and I raised $20 for the entirety of a 4-hour stream, and I'm going to say to the audience, hey guys, you know, it would be nice if you could contribute. And if you don't like that, I don't know what else to say besides I'm sorry, but that's the reality of the situation when you're a small-time guy, all right? I don't do the things that make you big. I never will, because I don't want to. Do you understand? I don't want to be the person who has to be doing drama content, going for insults, going for toxic shit, just so I can get more views and attention and money. That's not me, all right? But I will be the guy that reminds my audience a few times a stream, hey, please contribute, okay? If you're okay with that, great, welcome, and thank you for hanging in there and sticking around and supporting me, all right? But I knew that eventually that big increase that I had was going to go away. I said it when it was happening, right? I said, I don't know how long this will last, but I know it's going to go away. You know what I'm saying? It's just a matter of fact that that kind of popular wave doesn't last unless you change who you are, and I wasn't willing to do that, okay? But listen, I'm happy where I am. I'm doing well still, you know. Certainly I'm not going to be doing as well as I was. We're not hitting the goals every stream, but I'm still good, you know. The kick stuff really has dried up. And what I mean by that is even though I'm noticing that on average we're getting more viewers on kick, the level of support I'm getting on kick has dramatically dipped. You know, literally, when I started streaming on Kick 2 months ago, by now, we would have already had people gifting subs. And I didn't even have to say nothing. People would just be gifting subs. Like, holy shit, shout out to this person, shout out to that person, right? But yeah, so here's the thing. I'm not going to give up on Kick because some people seem worried. Oh, Phil, are you going to give up on Kick streaming? No, I'm not. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick with it, all right? And I'm going to do my best to co-stream and maintain that dual audience. I am still going to stream the politics show only on Kick. Obviously, I would hope that it doesn't turn out like it did last week where we had no Kick support during a Kick exclusive show. Hopefully things will change for the better there. Maybe it was just an off week. I don't know. But I'm going to stick with it and see what happens. It may be a situation where the audience does slowly grow. Okay? And we'll go from there and see what happens. I would hope that those of you who watch on Kick would support the streams, okay? In whatever way you can. You know, it could be a subbing yourself, a gifted sub to the community, or tipping. Because some people have said, I like watching you, but I really don't want to support Kick. I don't like what the website stands for and all of that. And to be frank, I don't even fucking know what the website stands for because I don't really care. I'm just there to stream my content, you know? So, hey, if, you know, you want to support, please do. Thank you in advance to those who have. And, you know, let's keep it rolling and let's see what happens. Okay? I'm not giving up on Kick. I'm going to stay the course and try to grow the audience there. And hopefully, eventually, something comes of it. You know, that instant kind of gratification is over from what happened 2 months ago. But maybe long term, I could build a nice audience that likes the stuff on Kick and becomes, you know, ongoing subs, and every once in a while occasionally gives some subs, and if it works out, great, right? The way I see it, it's not costing me anything to stream on Kick besides my statistics on YouTube are down because I have less viewership, less engagement on YouTube because some people are watching on Kick. You know, if I just streamed exclusively on YouTube, all of a sudden the views on YouTube would butt jump again. But that's neither here nor there. My channel isn't ranking with channels. I'm not in any competition. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not in a big competition to be a big gaming person or whatever. And also, some people are like, are you still going to have your extra day off? Well, so far, since I told you guys I was going to take extra days off, I've had 2. Okay? 2 days where I was able to spend time with my wife. A lot of those days ended up being half days because of installing fans and stuff like that. I wish that I could have had more time off. So here's the deal. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I would love to have more time with my wife, but the bottom line is the reason that I was able to make those changes and I was able to say, hey, guess what? I get to take extra days off to spend with my wife was because I was making what I was making. Now it's slowing down. As you're seeing, I'm not hitting the goals every stream, right? Look, we're 30 minutes into the podcast and I've made $3. So yeah, things have definitely slowed down. And we'll see what happens. If things pick up or if things at least maintain, then maybe I can continue to do some of the positive changes that I wanted to do, like take extra time off to spend with my wife. But I can't just keep taking time off if I'm not, you know, making ends meet. So we'll see, you know. And again, this is not doom and gloom. This is not, oh, look at Phil. He's woe is me begging. I'm literally not. I'm just explaining things, you know, as much as I can. That's, you know, the reason that I was able to say, hey, I'm making the positive changes was because I was getting massive support. Now it's drying up, and because of that, things may go back. I don't know. Okay? Leave your YouTube streams up, do a live daily wrap. That should save you a couple hours a day. Oh, what you're saying is don't do any on-demand videos. Listen, and I mean this too. Understand, I appreciate your feedback and you're trying to help. But here's the thing. I have been a YouTuber for 16 years. my on-demand viewers very much expect those on-demand videos every day. And if I did not make those on-demand videos and upload them, and I just did a stream archive, my views would monstrously plummet and I would lose a lot of revenue. Okay? I very much have a streaming audience and an on-demand audience. I absolutely do. And they support me in different ways. Yes, many of you are here live and you support the streams, but I get views, I get ad revenue, I do get some contributions, that aren't related to the streams. It's very different, okay? And I understand what you're saying. A lot of streamers just stream and just leave their archive and they're done. But the problem with that is, how would you ever watch a playthrough? Like, let's say right now, you were trying to watch the Stalker playthrough, okay? Stalker 2. Well, right now, I have played Stalker 2, I believe, I want to say like 12 to 15 hours, something like that. Let me check. Ten. Oh, only 10 hours? I haven't played it as much as I thought. I've only played Stalker 2 10 hours. Okay, I thought I played more than that. But anyway, that's been spread amongst 3 to 4 different streams that have spanned weeks. So now imagine you're trying to follow the Stalker 2 playthrough, and the only way you can find it is by searching for Stalker 2 archived streams that also include a podcast, that also include commercial breaks and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's too messy. And I have always prided myself on the fact that I'm a YouTuber that is very neat and is very organized and has a consistent schedule, and you can find my stuff easily. Okay? So, and by the way, a lot of people think that when I private my streams, that means that those streams don't count for YouTube information. That's false. Any stream that I stream, I get the views for the stream, I get the engagement for the stream, the revenue for the stream. Just because I'm privating it and then uploading and publishing on-demand videos doesn't mean the stream stats go away. They still count towards the channel, okay? So, anyway, Gone Forever is hilarious. Doesn't understand YouTube whatsoever. So anyway, I appreciate your feedback there, because I understand what you're saying. You're right. If I didn't make the on-demand videos and I just did stream archives every day, that would cut down my workload a lot. But that would actually shoot myself in the foot, because there's people who don't watch the streams and certainly don't want to watch a stream archive. They want to watch the video in a playlist, as I've done for 16 years, and they're going to be pretty upset if I stop doing that immediately. Okay? Okay. Game Boy, how you doing? What's going on today, Game Boy? Okay. So a couple things. So number one, obviously, guys, we're at 6 goals hit. When we hit 10, we're going to do DSP Tries It. Please send me your ideas of any new food items and things that you're aware of. I'm pretty sure someone had said that this week coming up, there's new food items available to try at various different fast food places, but I can't remember what they were because we talked about them like over a week ago, right? So definitely, if you have ideas, let me know. Okay. But please, let's get some contributions today. Let's get some support on the stream. Again, whether it's super chats, tips, subs, gifted subs, everything is great. Everything, counts and helps. We hit the goal last night, which was amazing. And obviously, I'd like to keep that momentum going if we could today and actually hit the goal on this Stalker 2 stream. This Stalker 2 stream will be a lot more laid back and interactive. It's not like the Marvel Rivals where I got to pay attention constantly. A lot more opportunity for me to talk and hang out with you guys. So if you're in for that or down for that, stick around and hopefully it'll go well. So I received a sub, I believe, on Kick. Let's take a look. Let's see here. And by the way, you may have noticed recently an uptick in trolling. Don't ask me why, but it definitely has happened. I don't know why there's more troll accounts coming on the streams now. I don't know of anything that caused it. But there's every day there's like 20, 30 sock accounts now, both on YouTube and Kick, and they're just being annoying idiots. So my apologies. We're doing our best to handle that. It was Scream Wagon. Scream Wagon subbed to the channel on Kick. Thank you so much, Scream Wagon. Let's get you up on the leaderboard. Thank you, thank you. That counts for $5. Every sub on Kick is $5, so thank you for that. Appreciate that very much. Let's see here. I received a $1.21 tip from Walrus Nipples. Yes, Walrus Nipples says, I just watched your DSP throwback Resident Evil video, the new one from today. Man, you were plastered. Yes, back then, now we're talking back like 2009, okay? It was my hobby, not my job. I only played maybe for a couple hours a day, all right? And so the videos that I was making back then, half the time I was plastered. You're right. It wasn't until 2011 that I started doing it for an actual job, making money doing it. And then I became way more professional. It became my full-time thing. So I would set up time all day to record, and I wouldn't be drinking constantly and stuff like that. But yeah, dude, those Resident Evil 5, that playthrough that's going live on my DSP Throwback channel right now, no lie, I the whole like second half, I think I'm drunk. We're not there yet, but I just remember the whole part where you're like in a temple and doing like puzzles and stuff in a temple, and then the ending against Wesker. I was completely drunk. I don't think I had a level of like, there was no lucidity there. It was just like completely inebriated Phil trying to go through quick times and shoot stuff, and it was a real mess. It really was. Okay. All right. Well, guys, thank you for the early support. Please, let's keep it rolling. It would be great by the end of the podcast if I could get at least like $50. That would be a great head start heading into Stalker. Okay? Okay. So, guess what? Ladies and gentlemen, if you can believe it, it only took Sony 2 days. But Sony finally managed to get something up and running that we wanted to do. Finally, Sony got their year-end wrap-up working. What a joke. Seriously, what a joke. So, let's do it together, shall we? Let's see my Sony year-end wrap-up for 2024. So I played 19 different games over the course of the year on PlayStation 5, 16 PS5 games, and 3 PS4 games. The first game that I played was Baldur's Gate 3. Not surprising. Remember, that was an ongoing playthrough for quite some time. It says from the very start of your PSN account, you played 390 games. All right. January 1st, I played Baldur's Gate 3. Okay, what's next? Oh, here we go. My top 5 games of the year. Here we go. Clocking in at number 1, Street Fighter 6. 7 trophies earned, 27% of my overall playtime. 149 hours played. 149. Wow. Now, if you remember, I was playing Street Fighter 6 on my PS5 Pro at 1080p, 120 hertz, even though it didn't matter, it only runs at 60 frames, but 120 hertz reduced the input lag, right? With VRR enabled. So basically with all that, it was giving me the absolute best console experience that I could get for Street Fighter 6. That's why I had changed from Xbox Series X to the PS5 to play the game. And it did improve. It absolutely did improve my experience with the game at that time. Baldur's Gate 3 clocking in second, 126 hours, 20 trophies, and another quarter of my playtime. Elden Ring. Now you might say, wait a minute, 80 hours in Elden Ring? Like, isn't that insane? It took you that long to beat the Shadow of the Erdtree DLC? No, if you remember, I played the base game first. I actually did a base game run to prepare for Shadow of the Erdtree, right? And then I played the entire Shadow of the Erdtree DLC. So that's basically a complete run between both that you're seeing there, right? And then remember, when I beat Shadow of the Erdtree and the final boss, that was incredibly hard, then I went and I beat the base game so I could get the ending. So there you go. 50 hours in Tekken 8. And the funny part is that's only within like, what, a month and a half that I played Tekken 8? Because I only played it January and February. That was it. By the end of February, I dropped it and went back to Street Fighter 6. And by the way, it's an outstanding game. I really liked Tekken 8, but I just couldn't play 2 competitive fighters at once. There was no way that was going to happen, so I dropped it and went back to Street Fighter 6. Helldivers 2, 23 hours, 22 trophies, 4% playtime. Yeah, Helldivers 2 was great for when I played it. The only shame is, I played it before, PS5 Pro, so now if I played it, it would probably be even better, right? But when I played it, I thought it was all right. And, I get it. I got hooked up in some of the hype and the addictiveness of the game just like everybody else did, okay? Okay. My gaming style is Brawler. I spent 35% or 37% of my time throwing Fists of Fury in 6 fighting games. So there you go. And what's funny is it says Brawler, but then it shows Kratos. I wasn't aware that Kratos played fighting games, but okay. So, gaming calendar. Let's check out your playtime, trophy, and more for each month. It says January, Baldur's Gate 3 was my top game. Not a shock there at all, right? February, Baldur's Gate 3 was my top game. I finished it in February, didn't I not? Oh, no, I guess I finished it in March. Yeah, Baldur's Gate 3, Baldur's Gate 3, Baldur's Gate 3. I guess I finished it in March, huh? Okay. Then finally, in April, I started playing Elden Ring. It's funny because it says PS4 and PS5. I don't know what that means. I only played it on PS5. So I don't know why it says PS4 and PS5 unless it's stating that it's a crossover version of the game. I don't know. But there you go. And then May, Street Fighter 6. Not a surprise because at this point I was doing different things. The RPGs had counted down or dried up, and I was playing other games. More Street Fighter 6. Look at this. Street Fighter 6, Street Fighter 6. More Street Fighter 6. Dude, I played more Street Fighter 6 than anything. Dang. Street Fighter 6? All right, now this is funny because this is August. And August is when I got my gaming PC. And so as you can see, the moment that I got the gaming PC, I dropped everything on PS5 and I went down to only 4 hours. Yeah. September, Astrobot came out, so I went back to PS5 to do a playthrough of Astrobot, and that was literally the only thing I played on my PS5. October, I didn't play a single game on PlayStation. It was all PC. November, Bloodborne. Right, because I started my current run of Bloodborne. I'm having a good time with it. Now I'm in the Old Hunters DLC. And then here we are, December, as of now, 2 hours of Bloodborne. That's incorrect. That's totally wrong. So it must not be tracking up to the moment, because I definitely have played more than 2 hours of Bloodborne this month. Yeah, completely wrong. So, have I cashed in my PlayStation Stars points yet? I don't even know what those are. So I guess not. I just got an email. Final days to ever get Sony rewards points. How many points do you have? 0. So why are you sending me this email if I don't have any? Morons. Yeah, PlayStation Stars. I don't even know how you get them. I think I did sign up for it 100 years ago, but I have no clue how you get those points or how I see them. So I did sign up for Stars. I did ages ago, but I never went back and checked it. Would that be on your PlayStation app? Let me see. Hold on. I'll tell everyone right now if I have PlayStation Stars. So where would it be in the app exactly? Because I have the app. All friends just recently played Bloodborne. Friends playing. Where's Stars? Main page star icon? There's no star icon on the main page. There's no star icon anywhere. There's a chat icon. There's an icon that says 6. I think it has to do with friends. There's me and my name and profile pic. There's a PlayStation logo with a weird thing around it. Near your username on top, near the notification bell, is this PlayStation Stars? PlayStation Stars terms of service. Accept. Level 4, 7,721 points. Can I use these for anything? Yeah, I could buy games. I could buy Squirrel with a Gun. I could buy Redacted. I could buy Shadows of the Dan remake. I could buy A Quiet Place. I can't get anything good. You can cash them in for a gift card? Oh, okay. Yeah, like a full game, like Rise of the Ronin is like 17,000 points. Oh, here we go. So 2,500 points is a $10 gift card. So I could get $30 of credit right now. I'll definitely let it accumulate more then. I don't even know how you earn that. I have no clue how I earned that. I don't even know what I did to accumulate that. Thanks for telling me though. That's similar to the Xbox, right? Because yesterday or the day before we saw the Xbox credits, I have like 17,000 over there. Okay, cool. Trophies, it's trophies that earns it. Oh, wow. Okay, let's continue. So, it says, thanks for being a PlayStation Plus member. Keep it going with these specially picked games based on your profile. Yeah, I played 3 out of the 4, and I have no interest in Last Remnant, but thanks. These you can't play, can you? Don't you need to have, like, the premium to get these? I don't know. I just have the basic. Yeah, see, extra. I don't have extra. Yeah, I don't have extra or premium. I just have the regular PS Plus. I'm not going to pay for the extra or premium, so. So in total, you played 539 hours. And it's showing, I wonder if it's showing this because they know I have a Pro now or not. I'm not sure. Cool. Whoa. I earned 174 trophies this year. Cool. That's cool. No platinums, though. A bunch of golds. So I went from, wait a minute. I went from 427 to 431, and it hit me. I hit a new rank. Look at that rank. I went from like a silver to a gold. Okay, I don't know what that means, but all right. Cool. Take a trip. It's been a long road. Take a look at the trophies you earned along the way. Look. Baldur's Gate 3. Kill a creature with fall damage. Baldur's Gate 3. Successfully use detect thoughts to pry into someone's thoughts. Tekken 8. Perform 10 heat dashes. Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth. Win a battle. Win a single battle. Play 50 missions of Helldivers 2. Dragon Age Veilguard. A rook like shiny things. Found at least 20 memories and returned them to the caretaker. Wow. Amazing. You get points for stars by buying games. The more money, the more points. I see. You got busy online. 165 multiplayer hours. 0 parties joined. 0 broadcasts. 0 messages. 1 new friend. 11 campaign. What are digital collectibles? I don't even know what these are. Can I see these? No. I don't even know what these are. What the hell's a digital collectible? I don't know they exist. This is PlayStation Stars. What's hilarious is I have a 3,800 points balance. It literally just said in my app I have 7,700. So this doesn't even sync. Maybe I earned 3,800 this year? Yeah, maybe that's what it is. I earned that many, right? What a year! That was a brawler. 19 games played, 174 trophies, 539 hours played, and 165 multiplayer hours. Now, keep in mind, this is going to dramatically shrink from now on because I'm a PC gamer. I mean, I have a PS5 Pro, and I will occasionally use it. Like, I'm playing Bloodborne on it now, and I'm sure there'll be a reason every once in a while to go back to it, but not frequently, you know? So I'll very infrequently be playing on PS5. The Xbox tracker that we watched, what was it that called? The year in review? That includes games on Game Pass. So anything I do on Game Pass will be in there. But quite frankly, probably the vast majority of gaming I do now won't be tracked, right? Because I'm not a console gamer. So anything I do just through Steam, there's no way to track that stuff, I don't think, right? Steam doesn't have a year-end wrap-up, does it? So unless Steam makes one, I guess these things won't be very accurate anymore moving forward. But Battleduck says those are probably rewards from achievements that give you like avatar icons. Maybe you're right. Maybe that's what it is. Like just in these digital services, some kind of rewards or something. That's what those things were. In the Bag says, do you ever regret all the knocking of PC gaming now that you're a PC gamer? Well, again, I want to emphasize something. Let's emphasize something, okay? Hold on. Let's go back to full screen. When I was knocking PC gaming, that literally didn't happen. I was criticizing PC gaming because people say things like PC Master Race, right? Like PC is the absolute best way to experience all gaming, okay? Now, is that technically true? Yes, with a giant asterisk next to it. And the asterisk is for two reasons. Number one, you have to spend a lot more for a gaming rig. Like this gaming PC I'm using right now cost over $2,000. I think it was like $2,100, okay? Now, is it way better than PS5 Pro and Xbox Series S? Yes. But it also was like 4 times as expensive. So that's number one, okay? Number two, have I had a smooth experience the entire time I've played on PC? No, I have not. I've had crashes. I've had issues with configuration. I've had things running poorly. I've had game crashes, right? Now, admittedly, that kind of stuff does tend to happen on console as well. But for the most part, when you buy a game on console, you literally boot the game, you play the game, you're done. On PC, whenever you boot up the game, you got to sit there messing with the graphics, messing with the settings. I'm lucky enough to have a high-end PC where I can pump everything up, but a lot of people don't have that. You know, in 2-3 years, this PC will be outdated, and now I'm going to have to be messing with the settings. And I'm going to have to tweak down graphical settings and performance settings to even get games to run on it, right? So, yeah, there's going to be work. Initially, maybe not that much work, but in the long run, there will absolutely be a lot of work I got to put into having this sucker run well. And I just kind of have to expect that. You know, maybe I can fix that by incrementally upgrading it. Like maybe once a year buy a new graphics card or something. I don't know. And graphics cards are super expensive. Is the cost of a new graphics card not the cost of a console? Right? So listen, PCs are the best thing for gaming. But the caveat is having to spend more, upgrade more frequently, and having issues with configuration and crashes that you just have to accept in order to be a PC gamer. In addition to that, I hate to say it, many games, sadly, are not optimized for PC at launch. They used to be, but a lot of them are not. And they just run poorly, and then it takes a while for them to be polished enough or patched enough to run better. Luckily for me, I have a PS5 Pro. So now I have a choice. If I hear that a game is going to perform better on PS5 Pro than it is on the PC, I will get it on PS5 Pro. So I want to say thank you. Man, again, a big part of my success and my growth this year was you guys helping me out. Both this PC and the PS5 Pro were donated. So because of that, I was able to have these improvements to my setup, an amazing setup, right? What GPU is it? It is the GeForce RTX 4070 Ti Super. It's a really high-end graphics card, right? It's not tippity top, but it's pretty high-end. And no, I didn't buy it. Someone donated it to me. Okay. Is it true I'm quitting Kick? Yes, I'm quitting Kick as of immediately. In fact, let me turn the stream off right now. I was going to click stop as a joke, but then I realized it would probably make 2 archive streams, and I didn't want to do that. So, okay. Oh, let's see here. I received a $2 tip from Jamal. I think you should bring back the hat and vest incentives. It could excite the audience and influence people to support. No, it will not. They're played out. When I was doing those, when I was doing those incentives, basically, you know, it worked for a while, and then it kind of got played out, but people kind of got hooked into it because I was doing it for so long. I'm telling you, for like 2 years, people were telling me to just stop doing it. And quite frankly, even if I did not get the increase in support that I got this year, I still would have phased them out by the end of the year. That was always my intention. Like, no lie, at the very beginning of the year, I got a bunch of good feedback from people I trust. And one of the big pieces of feedback was this year you got to phase out this hat, vest, glasses nonsense that, you know, people should be there to enjoy the content and engage and support with the content, not to see you play dress up. And it just becomes a gimmick that everyone just keeps talking about and it's stupid. And I agree. You know, it was fun at first with the whole vest thing in 2020, but I mean, it's so played out at this point. I'm glad that that we did phase it out. I'm not going back to it. Okay, so folks, I think I have covered all the topics that I wanted to cover for today. Okay, so if you're interested in having some conversation, please tag me in the chat and we can have some go back and forth. We actually, this is the first time in ages we have a good amount of time for Q&A today. Tomorrow we probably won't, because I guarantee you with all the announcements at the Game Awards, I'll probably be watching and reacting to a lot of trailers and things tomorrow. So tomorrow we'll have a loaded podcast. But for the rest of this one, I leave it open for nice Q&A with all of you. Okay? Can I finish Black Myth Wukong? Why rage quit it? Okay? I didn't rage quit it. I quit it because it was boring and no one cared about it, including me. I got so bored with the game, I didn't want to play it anymore. It was too repetitive. The combat really wasn't that good. The best part about the game were the graphics. The story was going nowhere and made no sense. The world design was very poor. It was boring. It was giant open areas with nothing in them or one item in them or a mini boss that serves no purpose. It's just so boring. The game started great. Like I'd say the first 2 levels were outstanding. The moment I start playing the 3rd level, the 3rd chapter, I hated it. Everything about it. The prison, the snow, it all sucked. And so I just said, I don't want to play this anymore. And that really was the first case of me playing what could be considered a major AAA game and expressing my true opinion and putting my foot down about it. Because usually I'd be like, yeah, but I'm going to tough my way through it. But I was like, no, you know what? Fuck this. If I'm not enjoying a game, I'm going to express my true opinion about it, and I'm just going to go do something else that I like. And I'm glad that for the most part, people understood that. For so many years, I forced myself into forcibly keep playing games I didn't like, and then doing these lengthy-ass playthroughs where half the game I was just not having a good time and wasting my time, I feel. I'm happy that I did that. I really am. Rather than just force myself to fucking keep playing it, you know? What do I want for Christmas? Well, Jimmy joints, as I said. For me, the only thing that I could think of that would actually improve my setup at this point, you know, thinking about things, you know, I would want for Christmas, would be some kind of a desk that I could put right here as I'm playing games. All right. And what I would do if I had the desk, I would probably adjust the mic. So instead of being here, maybe I would adjust it to the right so that now it's pointing from the side here. So when I'm here, it's facing me better. Because right now the mic is to the left of everything. I would probably move it to the right over here. But yeah, some kind of a desk that I could have right here so I could put this keyboard and mouse down and play games with them. Okay? Now, I looked into lap desks, but sadly, I hate to say it, lap desks are out of style. You can't really get a good one anymore. I saw like many years ago, like 3-4 years ago, they had them, and they were really nice, and some of them you could even lock your keyboard and mouse in so they wouldn't even move around. And now they're all out of print. Like, they don't even make them anymore. I don't know what happened. But yeah, the whole lap desk thing, I guess, fell out of popularity or whatever. So if I could have in truth, this desk I have right now, this laptop desk, would be perfect for it, except I need this laptop desk to have all my other equipment. Like, I need to have this laptop so I can see you guys chatting. I need to have somewhere to put my accessories to control the streaming and capture PC. I need somewhere for my Stream Deck. I need somewhere for the Focusrite so the microphone has the box to plug into. Like, I need somewhere for all of that. So maybe if I could get like a second one of this, but this is 10 years outdated. This is a piece of furniture that doesn't exist anymore. I'd probably have to go to like a furniture store and see, do they have like a laptop desk that has an adjustable height or whatever? You know what I'm saying? So that's probably the one thing I can think of for a Christmas present that I could use would be some kind of a desk to put right here. It would fit my setup. It would be the right height, and I could use keyboard and mouse and do PC gaming like that. That's the only thing I can really think of. Okay? Okay. Let's see here. I received a $5 tip from Alex from Phoenix. First of all, let's play the animation, and then let's see what he has to say. So, by the way, now that we have a good audience on the stream, do you guys prefer this 4K webcam I'm using, or did you like it when I had the 1080p but I was 60 frames? Because as you can see, I'm only 30 frames now, but definitely the visuals look better. Do you like the better visuals, or did you like the better frame rate? I'm just curious what you guys think, okay? So Alex from Phoenix, $5 tip. He says, do games still bring a sense of wonder that they did when you were younger? For me now, they're few and far between. Here's what I think has happened, okay? And by the way, shout out also to... Where is it? I'm trying to find the name. Hold on. Let me get Alex from Phoenix up on the leaderboard, and then another contribution came in too. And then I'll answer his question. It is, come on. It didn't scroll up yet. Jamal on Kick 69 just became a subscriber over on the Kick channel. Thank you so much, Jamal on Kick. I appreciate that. Happy holidays to you, and thank you for the support this morning. Okay, so in regards to my life and phases of my life with gaming, it's weird because I kind of go through phases of gaming. So when I was younger, okay, I was massively in love with video games. I loved everything about them. You know, I was introduced to video games by my uncle. He gave me up the Pong standalone console system to play with on my TV, and then he gave me the Atari 7800. I really loved that. And then I got NES, late in its life cycle, but I loved the original Super Marios and stuff like that. Then I got Super NES, and I really fell in love with video games. Like, Super NES was like the golden era for me. I started playing arcade games, and I fell in love with Street Fighter 2 and the competitive nature of fighting games and stuff like that. And basically what happened was that was a whole decade, right? Like, I'd say late 80s into the late 90s, I was like super gamer, okay? Then, all of a sudden, something happened where I kind of got jaded and I didn't really care that much about games anymore. Instead, I got into competitive Street Fighter. So probably late 90s all the way through like 2007-ish. So probably like 8-9 year span. I didn't really care about video games that much. I only really cared about traveling to play Street Fighter. And that was my focus, was play Street Fighter, play Street Fighter. So I missed out on the entire original Xbox, PS2 era, GameCube era. I didn't have the consoles, or if I did, I only played fighting games on them. Then I got a back injury. I couldn't travel to play Street Fighter much anymore. I stopped playing competitive Street Fighter after like EVO 2007. And I started getting back into console games. Now, I've been out of the loop for like 7 to 9 years, and I started playing games like Mass Effect 1, GTA 4, Tales of Vesperia, or Blue Dragon, okay? And these games blew me away. I was like, what an insane advancement of gaming since the last time I was playing console games. These games feel like life simulator experiences. Mass Effect feels like Star Trek on steroids. Right? GTA 4, it feels like you're actually in virtual New York City, which I had gone to many times in my lifetime. And I was absolutely blown away. Then, inspired by guys like the Angry Video Game Nerd and the Nostalgia Critic, I said, I'm just going to start making videos of gameplay with my commentary and see if it catches on. And boom, there's this big explosion of popularity. All of a sudden, people on the internet want to know who Darkside Phil is and watch his content. So I got heavy into games again. Okay, those initial, I'd say 5 to 7 years of me being a YouTuber, you know, from 2008 through like maybe 2014, 2015, was such a crazy time. And I felt like that was really like a video game renaissance. Like when you had franchises like BioShock, Uncharted, you know, they were blowing you away. They were games that were constantly innovating and making you go crazy with the cool things that they were doing, right? But just like everything, here's what's happened. The market overflooded, oversaturated, and as companies became more about let's make money than let's make an artistic gaming experience, you kept seeing the same samey style of games, right? Right now, any game that comes out, almost every single game you can categorize into a pool where it fits. Is it a team-based online shooter? Is it a battle royale? Is it this kind of a game? Is it that kind of a game? And then they just try to variate a little bit, but they all just fit into a samey pool. It didn't used to be like that. It used to be, hey, this game is totally trying to innovate and do something different. How often do you even see that today, right? So when these new games get released, like for example, tonight, it's the Game Awards, right? Maybe there would have been a time in my life, I'm trying to make my collar even. It's not working. I'm just going to give up. There may have been a time in my life when the Game Awards, I was like, I can't wait. The Game Awards tonight, we're going to have so many announcements. It's the biggest night in gaming. I'm so excited. No, I'm totally jaded to it now because you're going to watch those Game Awards and it's going to be 4 hours of bloated fluff, people jerking each other off, you know, stupid presentations you don't give a shit about, paid advertisement placements. And then every once in a while, there may actually be like an announcement and it'll be fast and it'll be like something you didn't even need to watch the Game Awards for. And it's going to be the latest iteration. Like maybe tonight we'll finally get Elder Scrolls 6 information. And that's good if we do. But at this point, it's like, dude, it's just Elder Scrolls. And you've seen that Bethesda failed with Starfield, failed with other games recently. They're not living up to their expectation. What makes you think that the next Elder Scrolls is going to be any good? We may get information tonight about the next Mass Effect. Who cares? Did you see Veilguard? But do you see my point? This is the problem. At one point, we had game studios that could do no wrong. Every game that they pumped out was gold. And genres that were innovative and fun. Now it's like the 12th iteration of the same fucking game. Nothing new, just, you know, paint by numbers bullshit. So why would I be excited, right? Like this year, in my opinion, in the 16 years I've been a YouTuber and a content creator, this has been by far the most underwhelming, disappointing years for gaming I've ever had. And this is on a year when I re-experienced an invigoration of popularity and support. And I couldn't really translate it into anything. You know what I mean? There were no giant hype games to put that into. I tried. Oh, I'll play Black Myth Wukong. I'll play this one. I'll play that one. None of them lasted, or they were all kind of like deflating and not very good. It sucks. I wish that it was like back in the day when I started on YouTube. Oh my God, the new Call of Duty's coming out and everyone's ultra hyped for it. Let's rush to play the campaign and, you know, the midnight release hype. Midnight release. Remember midnight release? How hyped that shit was? Now no one gives a shit about midnight release. The entire industry has deleted midnight releases by giving copies out early to select snowflakes who spoil the entirety of these fucking games early. So yeah, this year, were there good games? Yes, but they were few and far between. It was too samey. It was too safe. It was a year with a lot of underwhelming stuff. And quite frankly, I feel like the entire industry is headed that way, where it's going to be very hard to get excited about games when 9 announcements out of 10 are just something you've already knew existed. It doesn't innovate, doesn't really do anything new. You know, what will be the biggest release of the next couple of years? GTA 6, right? Why? Because it's GTA. Will it innovate? Will it really do anything different? I don't even know. You know, but it'll be the hottest game. I predict it. So, yeah, I am. I'm older. I'm jaded. I'm not into games as much. I'm actually glad that now people don't necessarily just tune in to see me play games. You tune in for the podcast. You tune in for the politics show. You tune in for a chill session while I'm playing a game. You're not necessarily tuning in for the game. Because I do feel like back in the day, people would literally tune in just to see the game. But now that's not the case anymore. And I'm happy. I'm happy that I have a dedicated viewer base that likes what I'm doing, no matter what I'm doing. Because if I was just reliant on the games, dude, I would be out of business. I really would. Like, I don't think that I would have any viewership if it was just about me playing the games. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't feel like they retain interest anymore. They're just not as good. Okay. I received a $2 tip. I said I received a $2 tip. Please work. Oh, it's just a moron. Never mind. Never mind. Let's see. Let me see. I want to check something. Okay. I still have 5 memberships that I can gift on this channel by the end of the month. But I think maybe I'll hold off. Maybe I'll do it. Maybe I'll do it. Maybe during the Christmas marathon. Maybe I'll give them out during the Christmas marathon. 'Tis the season, right? Yeah. We'll see. I have 5 more to give out. That's cool. What are my Game of the Year awards? Well, I usually do them either the very end of the month or the very beginning of the next month. So probably last week of December, first week of January is when I'll put that together. Now, this year it's a little different because this year I don't have the archived videos. Usually I would have videos archived of every single game I played of the last year. But now I don't because that old hard drive is gone. I'm on all new equipment. It might take a little bit longer to set up because I'll probably have to download a bunch of videos, rip them off my own content and stuff. But we'll do it. We'll probably do it, like I said, very end of December or first week of January. We'll do most disappointing games of the year countdown and Game of the Year awards. Let's see. Marvel Rivals added ranked mode. Well, yeah, but you have to hit level 10, and I didn't hit it yet. But yeah, that's pretty cool that it has a ranked mode. Yes. Spawn Killer asked, when I got let go from my office job, did I look for other jobs or did I become a full-time YouTuber? So we're talking about a completely different time and a completely different place. We're talking about 2010 Connecticut, okay? 2010 Connecticut, the entire economy of Connecticut was tanking. Businesses were closing down left and right. Jobs were scarce. So when I got laid off from that job and I started looking, there was nothing comparative to what I was doing. You know, I was in a job at this helicopter company where I was making a certain amount of salary a year plus bonus. And looking at comparative jobs, there was absolutely nothing in that sector that was hiring. Everything was laying off. And if I was like, dude, I might have to go get like 2 part-time jobs in retail or something to make ends meet to afford to still be able to pay my mortgage and stuff. But luckily I had the YouTube thing as a hobby and I was able to turn it into a job. So at the time, I did start looking. I had 2 months severance, I believe it was, 2 months severance pay for when I got laid off. So it gave me a couple months of flexibility to figure stuff out. And I said, well, I'm going to look for jobs, but at the same time, I'm also going to just try the YouTube thing. And the YouTube thing actually worked immediately. So I didn't have to go get another job, luckily. I was very lucky in that regard. Trouble says, is Silent Hill 2 Remake in the top 3? Silent Hill 2 Remake is definitely in my top 10 games of the year. I'm not going to rank them right now, but it absolutely is going to be in the countdown. It was a superb game. Let's see here. You can put the drive from the old PC in an enclosure. It's so easy you could pull it off without us. Yeah, but I don't need to. Like, I don't need... There's nothing on that hard drive that I need. You know? I drag all the critical stuff I put on an external hard drive, and I put it... You know, it's on this PC now. I'm good. So I don't think I need any of it. I think I'm good. You know? Am I going to take a top 10 funniest moments video? No. I don't know how I would. Like, top 10 funniest moments would be reliant on a lot of factors, notably remembering the things that happened that were funny. And for me, I'm streaming all day, every day. I don't really remember that stuff. Like, that would be for you guys to possibly, like, set up and nominate and stuff. But, you know, we didn't really do it. You know, right now people are nominating games for the Christmas Marathon, but we never really took the time to set anything else up like that, right? Okay. I received a $2 tip from Jamal. He says, I'm day drinking right now to level 1 podcast with my mug. Awesome. Question for you. If I gave $50, can you wear the Gunner glasses? It's me, Jamal on Kick69 that subbed to you. You really want me to? I'm not opposed to wearing them. Where are they? I'm not opposed to wearing the Gunner glasses. In fact, they feel nice, but I forget that I even have them now. Because now that we're not doing the goals anymore, I totally forget that I even have them. Have you guys even seen them in HD? Like this quality? They're not that bad. They're a little reflective of my new lighting. But if I sit here, they're not that bad, right? gotta clean them. I haven't cleaned them in 100 years. But, yeah, like I said, I'm not opposed to wearing Gunnar glasses. I wore them for a long time, and I really enjoyed them. They actually, some days when my eyes burned, they actually really helped my eyes to not burn. So that's up to you. If someone ever tipped $50, it's like, hey, could you put on the Gunnar glasses? I probably would just do it anyway. You know, I don't. There's a difference between wearing Gunnar glasses to help your eyes or putting on a vest or a hat when I'm playing a game and I'm already wearing a nice piece of clothing. You know what I mean? Okay. All right, so the answer is sure. If you tip $50 and you request that I put on the Gunnar glasses, I'll put them on. Sure. So thank you, Jamal, for that $2 tip. Hold on, my mouse turned off. This mouse turns itself off quickly, but it's fine. It saves a lot of battery. Okay. Let's see here. You still have your PC that you found in a closet that you cleaned a couple years ago? Oh, you mean the super old backup PC? It's still in my closet. Yeah, I didn't throw it out or anything. I have an Asus, a super old Asus PC that I bought early on in my YouTube career as a backup, and I had it in my bedroom in my condo in Connecticut, and I actually used it sometimes to upload the videos overnight, or to upload while I was still like doing stuff on the PC, because sometimes I would be doing PC gaming. But yeah, I still have it in there somewhere, buried in there, I think. I already said that the thing that I wanted to talk about that's an announcement I'm going to be doing on Sunday, okay? If I were to visit Japan in a few years, where would I go? Tokyo or other places? You know, I don't know. I'm sure my wife and I would do research and look into it and figure out exactly what it is that we want to do. I don't know if we necessarily just want to do tourist trap stuff. I don't, because, you know, tourist trap stuff usually is overpriced and underwhelming. Maybe we'd want to go to more historical places or a nice countryside. I don't know. We'd have to think about it. For us, we don't really think about that stuff unless it becomes realistic, right? Like maybe in 2-3 years, it'll become realistic that we could do it, and then we'll think about it. Truffles, no, I did not increase ad frequency. It's December, dude. You realize that December is the highest ad time of the year, right? You're aware of this, that ads go exponentially high in December. So you're going to see more ads on my streams. You're going to see more ads on videos. You're going to see it. There's nothing I can do about it. I haven't changed anything. I've kept it unbalanced all year, you know? Admittedly, in the past, there were times when I was playing a big high-profile game where I knew that it was going to be like a day one increase in attention. I would up the ad revenue, like up the ads to like the higher level. I haven't done that since the summer. Since, you know, I got the increase in support, I haven't once adjusted ads. I always just do balanced, which is, you know, supposed to be like the average ads or whatever it is. And of course, there's no ads on Kick at all. If you watch over on Kick, you don't have to see any advertisements. I recommend on YouTube, I've said this for many years, get YouTube Premium. Even though it's cost, what is it, like $20 a month now? Let me tell you, your YouTube experience will be exponentially improved to never have to see an ad on YouTube, okay, ever. To be able to have YouTube Music, to be able to pre-download videos and watch them later when your internet's out, to be able to have things play in the background. Like you can have YouTube play as a playlist in the background. You can listen to relaxing music while you're doing other things. You can multitask. It's really useful. I strongly recommend it. I know YouTube is free, but the free version of YouTube is becoming more and more increasingly bad because of ads. So I recommend it. What's up? The bottom line is real. How you doing? Over on Kick. How you doing, man? That's right. If you have YouTube Premium, okay, you can subscribe to the Level 1 podcast as a podcast show, and it delivers it to you every day. So as if you're just using, any other app. Like people use those other apps, Spotify and fucking iTunes and shit. It basically does the same thing for content on YouTube. Time is more important than money. That's correct. If you're sitting around trying to watch something and you just keep getting ads in your face, look at all the time that you're wasting. You're going to die one day. You realize that, right? So spend the money, save the time. It's more valuable. Trust me. All right, guys. So last chance, if you want to talk about anything today, I've enjoyed this nice back and forth Q&A we're doing. Yeah, last chance. And then we'll wrap it up and we'll get started with Stalker 2. And like I said, today, I think what we're going to try to do is shorter videos and see if I record 30-minute videos, if I can somehow get them to actually process and publish properly, rather than have my videos be so sporadic that, that everything's effed up. Hopefully that won't happen, because it really sucks that this has happened the last few days and the videos are not getting much attention. Have I ever had a gyoza? Of course. Of course I've had gyoza. Are you crazy? I live in Washington State. The vast majority of restaurants out here are Asian themed. They all have gyoza. Every one of them. Yes, I know. Someone had already said that Windows 10 support ends in October. So I likely will do the free upgrade if it's available for my laptop to go to Windows 11. I don't see why I wouldn't. I'm getting used to Windows 11 on both of the PCs here. So, all right. I received a $2 tip. Bring the vest and hat, go back. No. No, absolutely not. I received another $2 tip. Jamal said he downed 5 Bud Lights. He says, I have 2 level 1 podcast mugs. Keep supporting the king. I want glasses and the vest, subs, and tips, says Jamal. All right, well, Jamal, like I said, if you did that $50 tip and you had requested the Gunner glasses, I would put them on, but you don't have to either. But thank you. Enjoy your beers responsibly. All right, it's $4 more to support today. Well, I was hoping that we could hit 50 by the end of the podcast, but it looks like we're not going to do it. It's all good. Hope you guys will stick around after the show to hang out with me as we play Stalker 2. No, Beyblade was way after my time of doing that kind of stuff. Do the Asian grannies try to set me up with their daughters because I'm a well-to-do white man and there's so many Asians around? No, I never leave my home. So I've never met the Asian grannies. Maybe I stumble into one when I'm grocery shopping, but we don't speak. Don't you remember? I live in a bunker here. I live in the Snort Fort. So I never leave my home. In fact, I have a moat around my house with crocodiles that swim around. Yeah, I don't know if Jamal's going to make it to the gameplay. He's getting pretty drunk and getting pretty sloppy in the chat. Jamal, be careful. If you tip me, tip the right amount. Don't tip $500 or $5,000, dude. All right? In fact, I recommend probably just don't do it because I don't want you to empty your wallet by accident. Because these things happen. Is there an advantage to shopping for groceries and pet supplies over having them delivered? Yeah, number one, it's cheaper because you're not paying for the delivery. And number two, you get to pick what you want. When you go grocery shopping, you say, oh, I want to get some celery today. I want to get some apples. I want to get this. And you pick the ones you want. If you just pay for someone to deliver it, they pick whatever the hell they want. And they could screw you over. They could grab the tiniest apple, the apple that's half rotten, the droopy-ass, yucky celery. You don't know what you're getting. Jamal just blew a .28. Oh, boy. Did I ever peek into my Christmas presents? No, when I was a kid, my cousin and I had a game. We would go to the Christmas tree in the living room where some of the presents would be ahead of time. And we would pick up the boxes and we would start shaking them to figure out what it was. And I made up a song. The song went, what could it be? Oh, what could it be? What could it be? Such a sight to see. What could it be? And we would just sit there shaking it all day. And it would piss my parents off. Because obviously, you know, we don't actually know what's in the boxes. Maybe, hopefully not something fragile. And we would go crazy singing it just like that. And they would be so upset. Like, put the presents down. Stop that right now. Like, what are you talking about? I didn't open the present. I didn't open the present. Why are you mad at me? But I would never unwrap. No. I would joke. I would like, ooh. And I would just like say, oh, look, the tape came loose. And I would just like go like this. And the tape would pop off. And like, no. And they'd run over. Stop that. And they'd retape it. Those were the days. Those were fun days. Lady Christmas is looking back. Did Baldur's Gate 3 improve your view on the CRPG genre? And would you be open to checking out more in the future? The problem with Baldur's Gate 3, okay, is it's too fucking long. All right? What Baldur's Gate 3 taught me is that I can't really do a game like that because that took over 3 months to play. And by the time it was done, I lost a lot of viewership and a lot of supporters because they said they didn't want to see an RPG like that. They left. You know, it's true. When I finally finished the game and I moved on and I started doing more variety, I started playing more Street Fighter and I started going back to action-based games, people were happy. Then when I brought other RPGs back into the mix, they hated it. Like, seriously, just think about it. What RPG worked this year? After Baldur's Gate 3, we had Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth. Didn't work. We had Final Fantasy VII, Rebirth. Didn't work. We had Dragon's Dogma 2. Didn't work. We had Metaphor. Didn't work. The only RPG that worked was FromSoft content, you know, Elden Ring. Outside of that, nothing worked because I think what happened is Baldur's Gate 3 burned everyone out. And everyone's like, dude, it's way too long. Again, if I was the kind of guy who hyper-focused on one game at a time, and I just played Baldur's Gate 3 hardcore for like a month and a half, 2 months, and beat it just boom. You know, but I'm not. And quite frankly, if I was that, I think that it would go even worse. So, you know, I balanced it with other stuff, and it's too long. That's the problem with that. There's nothing wrong with that style of game, but I feel like that's the kind of game you play for yourself because it's going to take such an investment of time. You could pace yourself and do it at your own pace as opposed to being a content creator. Now you got people screaming for this and that and this and that, and you're trying to balance in this 120, 140 hour game. How do you ever get it done? I think that will probably be the longest game I've ever played. I don't think I'll ever have another game as long as Baldur's Gate 3. Would I rather be a chicken or a duck? What? Why do I have to answer these weird hypotheticals? What are you talking about? All right, guys, it is time to end the show. I want to say thank you for being a great audience. This was a nice chill one, right? It was, oh, hold on. One last contribution came in. $2.02. Again from Jamal. He says, let's go. Bro, I now switch to Jack and Coke. Pop one open for the chat. Come on, everyone. Let's donate some subs. Well, thank you, Jamal, for the $2 tip. Jamal wants someone to drop a sub on Kick. I think that in the spirit of the holidays, 'tis the season, they say. I think someone should do that. Who's going to drop a sub over on Kick and be the first gifted sub? Because we haven't had any. Today we had all real subs, but we didn't have any gifted, right? Who's going to drop that gifted sub? By the way, one more question. Chicken Tender on Kick says, with the amount of harassment you receive, have you ever spoken to a psychologist? That would wear on anyone's mental state. Yeah, so, okay. So, funny story. I've never told this story before, all right? A few years ago, it got to me, all right? And I went to a psychiatrist. Not a psychologist, a psychiatrist. Whoa! We just got a bunch of gifted subs. Hold on. Scream Wagon gifted 1 sub on Kick, and then Perry the White just gifted 5 subs on Kick. Thank you, guys. Thank you all. That's not very nice of you. So let's get all that wrapped up and added up here. That's 6 subs, so that's an equivalent of 30 bucks. So now we are up to $59 of support, which I appreciate because I said, let's do 50 bucks before the podcast ends, and there it goes. Like they say, ask and you shall receive, right? Thank you, guys. I also just received a $1.22 tip. And it's a troll, so you can lick my butt cheeks. Okay, so several years ago, it finally got to me, okay? And I went and I saw a psychiatrist, not a psychologist, a psychiatrist, all right? And I sat down, I laid down on the couch, and they said, you know, tell me about who you are and what you do. So I laid it all out, all right? I did. I laid it all out, and I told the whole story from start to finish. I told them about all the harassment, all the trolling, all the messed up stuff, the swatting, the doxing, the harassment of myself, my family members, the fake copyright strikes, how I've lost pretty much all of my popularity on YouTube as a result of the trolling and all the messed up stuff that happened to me. So I told this whole story. It took like 2 hours, right? And I just kept going. I figured, you know, the psychiatrist wants to just hear the whole story and then they're going to respond. They just want me to let it out, right? So I told the whole story. And then I said, all right, so that's it. And I was like, what's going on? It's so quiet. And I looked over and the window was open. He had jumped right out the window and committed suicide right in the middle of the story. He couldn't take it. You know, it was really high up. We were like a high-end building. He just jumped right out, splat right there on the concrete. So I don't even know how far into the story I got, to be honest. Anyway, I think it's time to end the show. What do you guys think? Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's end the show. Thank you for a good one. This was a nice, relaxing one. I hope that you guys enjoy. Tomorrow's show will be interesting because the Game Awards, I'm sure, will have some announcements. And so tomorrow, I probably, on this very show, will be live reacting to some game trailers and other announcements, and we'll be talking all about them, and I'll be giving you my opinions on them, okay? So, thank you all very, very much for a great podcast. I hope that you all enjoyed it, and thanks for your support. Happy holidays, everyone. 'Tis the season to be merry, and that's not my name, but it's someone's name out there, I'm sure. Thank you for watching. See you tomorrow. Peace out.